Okay, so today we have the Acebeam X50 2.0. This is Acebeam's second iteration of their 8XHP 70.2 emitter soda can size flashlight. This one is 5,000 lumens brighter than the first version, and it has 1 hour fast charging, along with a couple other different things like a stainless steel bezel, black button. Overall, better appearance in my opinion. So let's take a look at what's in the box, then we're going to take a look at the flashlight. Okay, so this is the box it comes in. Nice retail packaging. Acebeam does this with all their lights. I like the way they box them up. Nice and presentable, and gives you a good quality feel to it. So on the front we get some noteworthy features of the light, which is a Type-C charging. That's just I guess that's like the classification for it, the fast charging. And it can act as a power bank. It's got a manual lockout switch on it, and it just says beam angle 120 degrees. The back, not much else on it except for here, which is our color temperature options. You can choose 6500 Kelvin cool white, 5000 Kelvin natural white, or you can get a high CRI variant, which is 95 CRI. So yeah, let's take a look at what comes in the box. So in the box we get a couple different things here. We have our AC adapter for a wall for our charging. This charges at, let's see if I can get this in frame. This charges at output of 20 volts with 3.25 amps, which is quick. And then you have the USB-C cable, USB-C to USB-C. Probably about 3 feet long, 3 or 4 feet long, which is cool. Next item is we have a bag with the lanyard in it, and then a couple of O-rings, and then we get a nice holster, pretty thick, like foamy knitted material. Kind of, I don't really know what you'd call that, but it's nice if you like holsters. So it comes with a handle and then a screw to screw it down, like you can get on the K75. The X80 GT, and then a couple of other lights I'm sure they have. It just keeps your hand from getting too hot from holding the light. And then you get the little warranty information fill out, as well as the user manual, which we will jump right into. Here's the features. It has 8 LEDs with a max output of 45,000 lumens. It's got a boost constant current circuit, which is basically boost the voltage so it can power the LEDs at a continuous rate. Instead of dimming in the end, it will just flat out die, so you won't have a dim flashlight by the time the battery is low, which is nice. A lot of people desire that style of driver in a flashlight, so they upgraded that from the previous version. It's got a 1 hour quick charge, USB Type-C like we said earlier, built-in temperature protection, so thermal overload protection, so you don't burn your hand and or the flashlight's internals. It's got a mechanical safe lock, detachable handle, stainless steel switch, air-coated lens, made of aluminum, Type 3 anodization with anti-abrasive finish, IP68, water resistant / waterproof, impact resistant to 1 meter. And then there's the weight for you, and then the size. So we have the 5,000 Kelvin variant. So it starts out at 43,000 lumens for 30 seconds on turbo, then it'll step down to 5,400 lumens for 66 minutes, then it'll go to 1,900 lumens for 11 minutes, and then 1,000 lumens for 4 minutes, and then it'll finally end up at 380 lumens for 32 minutes. And then the outputs, like we said, turbo is 43,000, high is 13,000, mid 3 is 7,300, mid 2 is 3,500, mid 1 is 1,900, low is 1,000, and ultra low or moon is 380. And then you get your strobe, which is at 7,300 lumens. And then here's the specs for the 95 CRI variant, and then for the 6500K variant, which is a little bit brighter at 45,000 lumens. And then for the throw, we have 839 meters, about 175,900 candela. Like we said earlier, 1 meter drop resistant, and then IP68. And then the charging in the back, it's got various LED colors for charging and discharging, so you understand what's going on. So there's a standard charge rate. So if you don't use the correct power adapter for the wall, it won't quick charge. So you'll get standard charge, which is red. Red means it's charging, and then green is done charging. And then for quick charge, if you use the included adapter, it will show red and blue. Blue is indicating quick charging. Blue and red means it is charging at the moment. And then green and blue is fully charged. So it's pretty basic. And then when you're using it as a power bank for your phone or anything else you're charging off of it, then when it's discharging, it's red. Red flashing means it's low voltage, needs to be charged. And then if you have a high discharge device or a phone that can take a high amperage rate charge, it'll be red with blue, just like the charging. The blue indicates fast charging, and then blue and red flashing will mean it's discharged to a point at which below nominal voltage in the battery pack. In the back, there is a indicator light on the side of the flashlight, like all Acebeams. Green means it is within 100 to 30% battery. Red, solid, means it's 30 to 10%, and red flashing indicates less than 10%. And here's the operation instructions. I'm going to go through that after, but here's that. This is just other warnings and stuff. Okay, so now let's take a look at the flashlight, and I'll show you the finish, and then the modes and all that on the flashlight itself. So here's a close-up look at the flashlight's body. You can see that you got the blacked out button and the black stainless bezel, and then a different handle pattern from the original X50. You got the lockout switch here, which that's unlocked and that's locked. That physically locks the button out, which it's not depressing right now. And when you unlock that, it can depress. So that's a great feature on there. I like that. You can see the cooling fins on the head. Pretty substantial. They're not overly huge, but they're also not too small to allow the flashlight to cool. So that's a real good pattern. I like the shape of the head too. Kind of has a wider body, wider head than the body, excuse me. With this little vent here, presumably to vent the interior. Let me see if I can get that to focus. I'm not sure what that is. Same as on the X80 GT, they have that. You have your tripod mount in the back here. This is the light, just the battery indicator light. And there's your switch. There's your lockout. On the back here, it has kind of just like warning labels. And then underneath this cap is where the charger is, and then the little bit of instructions to tell you what each light color means, and then a reset switch, a little dip switch there, so you can reset the battery pack's controller in case it's not charging properly when it should be, which is a good feature. Because I mean, maybe they tested it and it had problems, but I'm not really sure why they would need that. But I don't know, it just seems to me that, well, I guess it's good to have on there in case something happens, because it's got like 4 different charging modes and discharging modes and stuff. And there's your USB-C port, right? Those threads there. The threads came greased up real well. Pretty good weight. It's probably about 1 pound. I have to look at the manual for it, but definitely, let me zoom out a little bit. Definitely not huge. Good all-around size, I'd say. There's the emitters, the XHP 70.2s. Has 8 of them. These are, like we said earlier, the 5000K variants. Yeah, pretty deep reflector. Smooth orange peel. Well, I guess it's pretty rough orange peel. It really smooths the beam out real well. It's a nice hot spot, and it also has smooth spill, which softly the hot spot softly integrates into that spill. It's a nice beam profile, I'll tell you that. And the tint is great on these LEDs as well. If you're going to get one of these, I'd recommend the 5000 Kelvin one. So now let's go on to the lumen measurement test, and then we'll bring it outside. Alright, so we're going to test the lumen output on this guy next. This is fully charged. I have not used it yet. They claim 43,000 lumens on this 5000K variant. Let's do it at turn on, and then we'll go for 30 seconds. So at turn on, we have 1405. So we'll go 1405. We'll add a 0 because it's on times 10 mode here. And we'll multiply by our multiplication factor. So I'm getting 36,000 lumens at turn on for the 5000K variant, which is a bit, about 10,000 lumens under rated. Well, more like 7 or 8,000 under. So I know the X50, people have gotten lower numbers as well, so I guess it's to be expected. And that was at turn on. So let's do it at 30 seconds now. So we will go now. So right now, 1255 we hit at 30 seconds. So the head is pretty warm. It's almost not holdable. Pretty warm. Pretty hot, actually. Definitely not comfortable to hold, but that's why they give you that handle. Now keep in mind, there's always factors in driver efficiency and certain LEDs, they could have brighter ones, better samples than what I have here. The reflector can be a bit different, maybe not as focused properly, or there's many factors. Not efficient batteries. So I'm not blaming them for lower lumen output ratings. It's still 36,000 lumens is bright, but it's not rated. But they obviously picked their best sample to rate this flashlight. So we said 1255, I presume. So we'll do that by here. So we're at 32,900 lumens. About that. Maybe I got my number wrong. I don't really remember. I think it was 1255. So about 33,000 lumens at 30 seconds. So we dropped about 3,000 from turn on, which is still respectable. Okay, so let's bring this thing outside and we'll look at the beam shots next compared to a couple other lights of the same form factor. So it was real windy outside when I was filming this. I don't have a microphone dedicated for filming, but I will get one soon. But as you can see on here, the turbo output reaches to the back of that field easily, and it just lights up the whole foreground is full, like many other floodlights you've seen. But it also has a nice strong throw to it. You can see it reaching the trees on the left and the right and in the back. The deep reflectors really help it in this situation. You can see this. You can even see it in the sky right there. The beam, just with the intensity of it, lighting up the air, especially on those back trees. It's definitely a useful throw and flood light at the same time. Alright, so now we're going to go through the modes. This is the lowest mode. Firefly or moonlight, I guess you call it. We would step it up a notch. This is low. Starting to reach that bush out there. This is mid 1. You just barely see the trees out on the left. Mid 2. Starting to bring the trees more into focus here. Mid 3. Can really see it. Really see it now. That's high. And we're gonna go to turbo. Just lights up the whole area. Nice big soft hot spot, which leads right into the spill. Real smooth beam. Camera's freaking out. So I can focus this here manually. There we go. Real smooth beam. It's a great beam profile. Now we're going to be seeing this light in a closer situation compared to the Acebeam X50 GT. which is 32,500 lumens. Figured I'd bring it in a closer environment where you can see the light better, getting caught by all the trees and stuff around it. And I'll put in the video, which is which here.
Before it gets nice.
My overall view of this flashlight would be, I think it's a great all-arounder. You can easily carry it with you and it charges up real quick. And you can charge devices off of it. So it's got multiple uses rather than just being a flashlight. You can charge up your phone about maybe 1 or 2 times. And I charged my phone up from 0 to 50% in 30 minutes with this thing, and it took 65 minutes to charge up fully. That's an iPhone 13, the Pro Max model, the big battery model. So the battery charger on this charges quick, and it discharges quick. Yeah, and it's bright enough. It's got the throw. It's, like I said, it's lightweight. Great lockout switch so it doesn't turn on if you have it in a bag or something. It's all around good utility flashlight, I'd say. That has good tint, and I would definitely bring this with me if I wanted a quality flashlight and something that I can rely on to not fail me in situations.